look, you've gotten worse, bro. So now what I want everyone to understand, this is what I want everyone to understand. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Arteta, and he's here to dominate the league for the next few years. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's Big Teta. Big Teta, the Arsenal, we're back. We are back. The Invincibles, they're nothing. They're nothing compared to what the next 5 years is going to be. Big Teta and the Arsenal have rolled into town, bro, on the chariot made of gold, bro, whipping up horses. We're going at 100 miles per hour. The Pep reign of terror is over. There is a new sheriff in town, and it is us. You're all pissed. I'm telling you now, you man are all pissed. All my ops are in hell. Aston Villa in hell.
No, I'm laughing.
He's just chatting to him. He's just chatting to him on the bench.
I wonder if I get away with it.
No. You man, deep in it. He was going to bring on Salah, yeah?
Look how much space is on the right-hand side, you man. What is this?
Oh, my.
They're trying to get him sacked.
I'm done, bruv. I've got kids, bruv. It's a Friday. Why am I doing this? I'm done. Bye, man.
I listen. By the way, just let you know.
Brother, oh my goodness. No, man. He's looking right across the line. Dimwit, bro. Oh my God. Right there.
Cal's crashing up.
Bobby, put someone right. Oh my God. For the life of me,
no. Man fully crashed out. Hey, man, he was at home just watching the game. Man forgot he was definitely on coffee.
For me, you man.
Have you ever seen the film? Have you ever seen the film about the Air Jordans with
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Bro. Was that Cal?
Cal, you're right, bro.
You're good.
Cal just collapsed. The chair just give up on Cal.
What the hell?
Cal, you all right, mate?
All right.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Your daily transfer news is in the building. We're here to talk about all the transfers from all the football clubs. You know, we're here to talk about every single person. You know, every single club, what exactly has happened at the football clubs and all that type of stuff. We're here to talk about it. So big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Please, every single one of you guys right here, right now, please like and subscribe now. And I appreciate you all, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us, you know, on yet another stream. And big up. Why is this message in the drafts? Done. Here we go. Finally. Finalmente. Done. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We're here to talk about all the different sorts of topics. We're here to talk about Chelsea. We're here to talk about Arsenal. We're here to talk about Man United. We're here to talk about Liverpool, of course, with the Barcola stuff and some more. So, big up, boys. And make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the pinned comment. So let me start off with Chelsea, actually, because I rarely start off with Chelsea on these streams. So let me just start off with Chelsea, because Chelsea are cooking right now. So let me show you guys the latest Chelsea news, which is this right here, which I'm sure so many people will rejoice at who are Chelsea fans. Alejandro Garnacho to Aston Villa is here we go done. The deal will be an initial loan with an obligation to buy if certain conditions are met. You know, guys, Chelsea are slowly but surely becoming a problem. Chelsea are slowly but surely becoming a problem for us all. Will they be a problem for Arsenal? No. Will they be a problem for Manchester City? No. Will they be a problem for us? Will they be a problem for Man United? Will they be a problem for Spurs? Yes. Now, the thing that you guys need to keep in mind is Chelsea have 1 game a week. Now, obviously, something happened in this Aston Villa transfer. You know, give me Morgan Rogers and I'll give you Garnacho and I'll give you whatever. You know, there is a possibility of stuff like this, you know, happening. But Garnacho has left Chelsea. You know, possibly one of the worst swingers in the league has left their football club. Now, I know the obligation to buy is only when certain conditions are met. But this is a sign that Chelsea know what they're doing right now. Chelsea are no longer just basically just doing whatever just winging it. Chelsea actually have a plan right now. And the plan involves Xabi Alonso, and it involves his ideas, and it involves the stuff that he wants to do out there on the football pitch. And I think this is one of the important things. Because the problem at Chelsea is they allowed the likes of Win Stanley and Stewart over the last, 4 years under the Bowley ownership to kind of make all the wrong decisions. And then the manager would get the blame in anyway. Like, the Chelsea fans are brainwashed. We all know this. They ended up blaming Pochettino, and then they ended up blaming Maresca, and then they ended up blaming Rossinier. They blamed every single manager but the actual players or the board. Of course, Chelsea fans did call out the board, but when it was a bit too late, they did a couple of protests and all this, but only when it was a bit too late. But Chelsea are moving in the right direction because you involve now Xabi Alonso in your decisions. And here's the thing that people need to understand with Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso is the second best manager in the league. Now, I understand people say Unai Emery. Fair enough. Wa alaikum assalam. Fair enough, Unai Emery. But Unai Emery is not like an elite manager. Unai Emery is a very good knockout competition manager. He's at his level. Aston Villa is his level. So I would say he is the second best manager in the league. So he's the best out of the remaining ones outside Arteta, because obviously Arteta is a Premier League champion and he won the league with Arsenal. So he gets to take the top spot. Now that Pep and Slot are gone, there is no other Premier League manager that actually has a Premier League title outside Mikel Arteta. So that puts him in the top spot. You could argue Unai Emery second or Xabi Alonso second. It doesn't matter. But they actually have a manager that is capable, of taking them to the next level. And that's one of the things that worries me about Chelsea, because now they're no longer just winging it. They're no longer just doing whatever they feel like. They actually know what they're doing on the football pitch, and you could tell that they're ready to explode and take the next level. The good thing for them for signing Morgan Rogers is he can play in the left 10. If Xabi Alonso wants to play a back 5, he could play on the left-hand side in terms of playing left wing and stuff like this. So Chelsea are headed in the correct direction right now. And Xabi Alonso is at the key of that. That's the thing. And obviously with Arteta, he's done it in the Premier League already, so that puts him a step ahead. But outside that, there is no other manager with an achievement outside Emery. Of course, there is no manager with an achievement like him. I think he's either second or third in the league, and he brings that element of experience. And it's so obvious that, he was wrongfully sacked at Real Madrid. He was wrongfully sacked at Real Madrid. We all know that. 74%, 75% win rate at Real Madrid. We know why he got sacked, because of the player drama and Vinny this and Mbappe that and blah, blah, blah. It's almost like every manager is just like destined to fail at Real Madrid at this point, with all the egos and drama that they did over there. Son, you need to relax. With all the drama that they've made over there. So, yeah, I think he is probably the second or third best manager in the league. You could give the respect to Unai Emery because he did win the Europa League at Aston Villa as well. So not only did he win the Europa League like with Sevilla, with Villarreal, he also won it at Aston Villa. So that gives him a bit of argument in terms of this space right here. But Chelsea are cooking. Now they have to continue doing this in the transfer window, though. This is the key. This is what will make the major difference in how we rate Chelsea and how we don't rate Chelsea. You know, it depends what they do the rest of this transfer window. If in the rest of this transfer window they sign the players that are experienced and are Premier League proven and aren't under 21, then Chelsea can cook, and Chelsea can get many people that can change their life in terms of experience and stuff like this. Obviously, they've spoken about Maxence Lacroix or Lacroix or however it's pronounced. You know, I'm going to call him Maxence. You know, they spoke to Maxence, and he's a centre back, obviously, that can come in and make a positive impact to their football club. The thing that people need to understand is Chelsea play 1 game a week. And that means that all these players will be rested for 1 game a week. So now they don't have European football to worry about. So it's not like they will play Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Sunday, Saturday, and blah, blah, blah. They will just play Saturday or they will just play Sunday. And of course, they've got the domestic cups, but to be fair, I'll probably say over the last 10 years, Chelsea have had a bad run in domestic cups. They haven't really done anything of note in the domestic cups. I think they've lost their last, 7 trips to Wembley? I think they have lost their last 7 trips to Wembley. So they aren't doing well at all right now in terms of like their direction. And I think this is one of the keys, like, you know, for this conversation. But this whole thing with Chelsea is completely up to the board and completely up to Winstanley and Stewart and the direction they make their club move in, because they could go back to the same old BS and then Chelsea fall off again. And then Chelsea fall off again. Or they could wake up, smell the coffee, continue to do the correct things in terms of sign experienced players and sign players who have some Premier League know-how or some Champions League know-how, or, you know, players who have some form of caliber. And then they come in and make a positive impact. Someone like a Morgan Rogers is a plug-and-play player, meaning you put Morgan Rogers in the team and you play him, and that's it. There's no like question marks. There is no what if this. There is no what if that. The guy comes in and immediately starts and immediately plays for the team and immediately is part of like their success. They don't have to wait for anything. They don't have to wait for him to get used to the language or get used to the league or any of that stuff. And I think with this Rodgers thing, it was way bigger than just, you know, he rejected Arsenal or any of this stuff. I think some of it as well has to do with this deal, you know, because it seems like Aston Villa and Chelsea are doing business this summer, you know, because there's also news about Nicholas Jackson possibly joining Aston Villa. So there is like sort of maybe some form of agreement where it's like, okay, we're going to let Rodgers go to Chelsea, but you're going to give us 1, 2, and 3 and blah, blah, blah. There's a possibility. You can never deny this. This type of stuff in football happens anyway. Now, if Chelsea do go ahead and sign Maxence, and they go ahead and sign Adam Wharton, let's say, and players like this, then they definitely can give people a run for their money for the top 5. Now, do I think they can challenge for the league? No. Do I think they can win the league? No, they can't, because they have way too many missing pieces and they don't have the squad necessary to win the league either. Do I think they can get top 5? Yeah, they can get top 5, you know, because obviously they fell off a cliff last season. And there was a huge problem in terms of, you know, the way that they played, you know, and their transfer window was dreadful. I remember me and Mo gave it a 2 out of 10. I think it was the lowest rating we gave any club in terms of transfer window. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, you know, obviously there will be a problem for the top 5. And, I think Chelsea are a problem. And them getting rid of Garnacho, they have somehow found a way. I think they've convinced Aston Villa, they've convinced Unai Emery, and Unai Emery and Aston Villa took the bait, and now they've taken Garnacho, and there's a possibility maybe they take Jackson or someone like that, and all of a sudden, you know, they're a much better club. That's the truth. And when it comes to like the other position, it's rumored that Enzo Fernandez will leave Like, obviously, it is rumored that Enzo Fernandez will leave Chelsea. Now, if Enzo Fernandez leaves Chelsea and they sign Adam Wharton, they've got the perfect combination in midfield. The tackler and the passer, which is the perfect combination of double pivot right now. You know, you've got basically the player that can come in, break the lines, the player that can pass the ball, like an Adam Wharton. And then you've got the player that can basically tackle and stop counterattacks in Caicedo. So I think you've got the perfect combination there. You know, the guy that can basically break the line with Adam Wharton, and the guy that can tackle and stop attacks with Caicedo. So I think it's a perfect combination. I think Chelsea can take the next level, but it's on them. And this is the thing, I've been consistent with this message. Chelsea have to convince us. Chelsea have to convince us. That's the thing that people need to understand. Chelsea Football Club need to convince us that they're actually headed in the right direction. We won't just get convinced of Chelsea like this on an empty stomach. You have to convince us that you're willing to take the next step. You have to convince us that you're willing to take the next, you know, that next like step forward. You have to convince us that you're willing to do that. Because if you're not willing to do that, then it's a big problem. Because your own fans have done a protest against you. So obviously, you know, they've had enough to a certain extent, you know, and the fact that, you know, they come to from France to England to protest against Blue Coat shows you that they've had enough of their ownership. So they have to convince themselves before they convince anyone anyway. They've got to convince their own fans. They've got to convince Stamford Bridge. They've got to convince, you know, their own critics that, yes, they are taking the correct direction, that, yes, they are serious, and they're going to take the next level. Now, I hope all these signings fail, and I hope that they don't work out, and I hope Chelsea absolutely stink. But the way that they're going in this transfer window, I don't think that they will stink. I think they're doing the correct things. So that's the thing. So for me, it's all about taking that next level and keep signing these Premier League experienced players who are plug and play players instead of giving them time to adapt, or some under 21 player. Or some under 19 player no one's heard of. No, you go and sign experienced players who will make the difference now. Diomande Sporting Forest for 40 million. We are sleeping. Morgan Rogers is a future 20-goal attacker waiting to explode. We are cooked if no Barcola. I agree with you on Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers is going to be Xabi Alonso's Chelsea Florian Wirtz, basically. That's the thing. Like, he's going to be the Florian Wirtz of that football club. You know, he will be the Florian Wirtz of Leverkusen at Chelsea, which is basically occupy that left 10 space. Obviously, he's not as creative as Wirtz, let's be honest. So he's not as creative as Wirtz. He's probably a better goal scorer than Wirtz, you know, so he will get goals and stuff like this. But as a creator, Wirtz is better. But Rogers will occupy that left-hand side or that left area, and he will be very effective. He'll be very effective for Chelsea. So I said Leverkusen Wirtz, perfecto. That's the same guy you begged for. So, yeah. Also, where did you get this new mandate 40 million from Sporting to Forest? Where is the news that it's 40 million? Where's this news that he's 40 million? Where did you see this news? I haven't seen anywhere that he's 40 million. Copy paste it in the chat if you've seen that he's 40 million. But anyway, I think Chelsea are headed in the right direction. They have the manager on lock now. Now it's on the fans. Because just like I said, Manchester United, biggest enemy is Man United fans. I think Chelsea, biggest enemy is also Chelsea fans expecting too much. Even if Chelsea go sign LaCroix and go sign Adam Wharton, Chelsea fans can't pull up to the season expecting to win the league, because you are once again crippling the manager and putting him in a negative position and just creating a cloud of negativity around the football club where you expect to win, where you expect to do these things. So that's the thing. You expect to win. You know, you expect to lift the Premier League at the end of it. And that's the problem. So this is where you have to, as a Chelsea fan, you know, even the Chelsea fans watching this right now, you have to adjust your expectations and be objective about it and allow Xabi Alonso the time. Mo said it on the Straight Facts on Wednesday. Chelsea fans have to be patient and you have to let Xabi Alonso cook. You've tried every single manager and you've been every single manager out. How about for once in your life understand that it's not on the manager and that it's on the board and it's on these players. So yeah, big up Jay. I see the stuff you're tweeting about me and Arsenal. You know, nice little paragraphs you tweeted about me. Big up, brother. Anyway, so Chelsea have the capability of going to the next level, but it's on them. It's not on anyone except Chelsea fans. You know, Chelsea fans need to be objective about them. So yeah, we should get John Stones as cover for Saliba, is what Carl is saying. And speaking of, I do want to move on, talk about Arsenal right now, because there is news regarding Arsenal and Bruno Guimaraes, you know, and I found it on an article actually. 1 second, let me load up the article. I found it on an article, actually 30 minutes before the stream started, an hour before the stream started. The London Standard is the name of it. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to all of you guys. Please like and subscribe. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm going to talk about Arsenal because that's what we do on this channel. We talk about everyone. I apologize to you in advance. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. The link is in the pinned comment at DonHussam6. Waiting for Liverpool transfer is like waiting for GTA 6 gameplay. Well, surely it's not that bad. Surely it's not that bad, Josh. You know, waiting for the gameplay. Come on, brother. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Anyway, I found the article, Habibis. Big up to you, Josh. Yalla, likes up. Let me share screen, and I'm going to read you the latest Arsenal stuff. Whoa. Thank God I saw that before I shared the screen. That's a crazy ad to put on a newspaper. Arsenal set for key Bruno Guimaraes update with talks expected over £80 million transfer. Bruno Guimaraes is preparing for a return to Newcastle amid ongoing speculation over a potential move to Arsenal. The 28-year-old is top target for the Gunners, who have held talk with Guimaraes representatives in recent weeks and received encouragement that the deal can be done. However, Newcastle are determined to keep hold of Guimaraes and insist no club-to-club talks have taken place yet. Those are expected to begin with Arsenal ready to step up their interest and directly approach Newcastle. It's understood that it will take around a fee of 80 million for the Magpies to enter into negotiations with Arsenal. And this is the thing. It's been all over. Like, obviously, this is a Sky article about Newcastle being frustrated. Keith Downey, of course. Keith Downey, of course, it's Keith Downey. How do I close this? Can this? How can I close this eye test thing? Okay, I tapped the one that doesn't match. Can you leave me alone now? Oh my God, bro. How can I close this? Make them to you, Josh. How can I close this? Anyway, look. Keith Downey and Newcastle are frustrated again. Put one in the chat if you're tired of Newcastle. This is to all of you in the chat, like, regardless of your support. Like, legit. Put one in the chat if you're tired of Newcastle. Like, just in general. Just generally, if you just have, you know, let me put my face back on screen. Like, if you're just tired of that football club and their journalists doing the same stuff that they did last summer. They're doing it again. The same old people. Keith Downey, Luke Edwards. What's the name of that third guy, Sean, that we used to get his videos? I forgot his name as well. Craig Lee, whatever the hell his name is. Craig Edwards, something. Guys, what's the name of that guy that we used to get his updates every day? Craig Hope, is it? Craig Hope. There's a fourth guy as well. The guy that was in Japan in the preseason. What was his name again? And then there's that bald guy as well. Newcastle frustrated by Arsenal's pursuit and will demand transfer fee of 80 million. But why are you frustrated, Habibi? Newcastle are frustrated. Let's read why they're frustrated. Okay, let's go. Where's the frustrated part? Yeah, he's ambitious. Why should he stay at a football? Yeah, Lee Ryder, that's the guy. Lee Ryder, thank you so much. He's so irritating. Luke Edwards. Yep. Guys, the reason why Newcastle are frustrated is because it's unsettling the player. That's why. My brother. You have clipped me up on Instagram. You have posted my videos. Thank you. But put yourself in Bruno Guimaraes' shoes. Do you want to play with Anthony Elanga and Wissa? Where is your future headed? You are 28 years old. Tonali left, Isak left, and Gordon left at the first opportunity. What are you going to do at Newcastle? Babysit these players? Ooh, Wissa's joined. They're frustrated, guys. They're frustrated. Look who they've spent their money on, yeah? You're trying to convince me that they've changed, yeah? Watch this. The club have spent a combined 84 million on Bazumana Toure, Sean Stur, and Ewan Jawan. Who here even knows these guys? Put one in the chat if you've never heard of these two. Everyone knows Bazumana Toure. Who here has never heard of these two before? Put one in the chat if you've never heard of them. This is a legit question to all of you. Put one in the chat if you've never heard of these guys. Who is this guy? Who's the other guy? Let's Google it together. Let's find out. Sean Stur and Ewan Jawan. Who even is this guy, bro? Sean Stur. 27 million euros. Let's go to his Wikipedia. Oh, he's a central midfielder from Ajax. Yeah, we know how well that translates in the Premier League. Let's go to the other guy. Ewan Jawan. Who's this guy? Let's search it now. Let's Google it. Ewan Jawan. Oh, guys, he used to play in League 2 in Reims. He's a goalkeeper. Oh, fan frenzy, you know. Bruno Guimaraes should stay at Newcastle and babysit League 2 goalkeeper Ewan Jawan. And what's the other guy's name? I already forgot his name. Oh, come on, man. Guys, let's be objective. Hate Arsenal all you want. Wallahi, no one is stopping you from hating Arsenal. Habibi, hate any football club you like. It's on you. No one is stopping you. I promise you, hate anyone you want. I promise you all, I don't care. You can hate any football club you like. This is free speech. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can hate anyone you like. I'm not stopping you from hating people. Hate people. But be objective. Why do you want to stay at Newcastle? To do what? Babysit A1 G1 and all this? Come on, you guys. Arsenal as things stand are the favorites to win the Premier League. They're the favorites. They have The same manager from last season that already won the Premier League. They've got the best manager in the league now, factually, because Slaughter's gone and Pep Guardiola is gone. So there is no other manager in the whole league that have a league title to his name. All the spine players are there. Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, Timber, Calafiori, Rice, blah, 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 Saka. All of them are there. So it's not like they're going to change their spine. They're just changing players around that, and they're improving, and they're getting better. Yani, obviously, if I'm in Bruno Guimaraes' place, I'm also going to move to Arsenal. Let's be honest. I put myself in the shoes of Bruno Guimaraes. I'll also go to Arsenal. This is the reality. This is football. It was the name of my channel before it became Don Hussam. The name of my channel before Don Hussam was called This is Football for a reason. It's the reality of football. If I'm in the place of Bruno Guimaraes, I'm also packing my bags and leaving. What should I stay? What should I stay at Newcastle for what? For what? And Ederson was Brazil's second choice goalkeeper. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean anything? Bernardo Silva didn't start for Portugal at the World Cup. How did he play this season? Huh? Don't be dumb and use international football. Please. Please. Allow it. So for me, Arsenal are the favorites to win the league. And, you know, I think they have to build a team that's ready to compete. They have to build a team that's ready to fight. They have to build a team that's ready. Yeah, Unai Simon is a good goalkeeper. And guess what? For the way Spain play football, even Arsenal fans in the chat will tell you, Unai Simon is better at passing than David Raya. This is not a secret. Arsenal fans themselves will tell you this. Arsenal fans in the chat, I'm sure we've got at least 100 Arsenal fans in the chat. Put one in the chat if you think Unai Simon is a better passer only than Raya. By the way, Raya is the better goalkeeper, but who's better with his feet? Unai Simon. That's why he starts for Spain. It's not rocket science, brother. It's not rocket science. Yeah, I actually think they do. You want to know the problem at Liverpool? We changed too much. Sell too many players, get rid of too many players, you know, and not improve the team overall. Yeah, Simon is the better sweeper keeper, you know. He's the better guy in terms of like passing the football, but Raya is better at everything else. Yes, I think they are learning from the mistakes because they're keeping all their spine intact. Not too many drastic changes. And the other thing that people aren't deeping. Why did Liverpool fall off? And this is the thing that Arsenal are avoiding. Why did Liverpool fall off? Because Arne Slot abandoned all his principles and all the things that made us successful last season. The season before that, sorry, 2 seasons ago. He abandoned them. The problem that you guys need to understand is they can't abandon all their principles. Guys, Arsenal play boring football. Who cares? They won the league. Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Arsenal are not this exciting team to watch. Everyone knows this. If you win, no one cares. No one cares. You know? This is the reality. Why do you have to play a certain style of football in order for you to get the respect of the streets? I prefer attacking football. But خلاص, if you win, you win. Yani, who cares? You guys are complaining about the style of play. They have to continue in the same style of play. They have to. Because if they keep changing their style of play and changing their style of play and abandoning their principles, they won't be successful. They won't. Sond here is saying it's not sustainable. Well, guess what, buddy? They've been doing it for 3 years. So how is it not sustainable? 3 years they've done this, not just 1 year. And they won 1 out of 3. So 38 times 3 is what? 90. 8 times 3 is 24. So that's 10, 110, and 114 Premier League games where Arsenal have played that style. How can you say that it's not sustainable? How? It is sustainable. You guys are doing all this. In the end, you all know Arsenal will win the league. The only team that can compete with Arsenal, in my opinion, is Manchester City. I think Manchester City can give Arsenal a run for their money. You know, I think they can. I think City can win the league, yes. You don't know why? Because Manchester City have a nuclear weapon. What's their nuclear weapon? Erling Braut Haaland. That's who Manchester City got. Manchester City got Erling Haaland. They're different. They're different. They have Erling Haaland, bro. They have Erling Haaland. They have a guy that can win you a game at any moment in time. If you feed him and you create him a chance, he will score a goal. He can't create for himself. He can't create for others, but he's a goal-scoring machine. I would happily trade like 3 Liverpool players for Erling Haaland right now. You're flexing Kepa, Shar. That's so fraudulent. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and like the video, please. Come on, we're not even at 200 likes yet, you bunch of frauds. Close the live chat and hit the like button. Every single one of you, please like and subscribe now. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'd happily trade 3 Liverpool players. Who wants the link to my stream, Beans on Toast? Who wants the link to my stream? Tell me. Brother. Who wants the link to my stream? Who wants the link? Bro, they're ready. They're ready to win now. They're ready to win now. They don't have to wait. Khalas, the team is already ready. Now you have Zolas, who's the Trossard replacement. I assume they're going to sign a starting left winger. And then after that, khalas, they're ready to go. And after that, they're ready to go. Done. Easy. Khalas. They already have the best defensive depth in the league. Raya. I don't rate Melia, but in front of that, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Luis Kelly, Hincapia. They've got players all over the pitch that are good. They're going to win the league. And if they don't win the league, I think it will be City that win the league. City is the one team that I think can beat them for the league. Let me see who followed me on Instagram so I can give them a shout out. Anyone who follows me on Insta is going to get a shout out. Shout out to Michael Boone for the follow. And shout out to Ian as well for the follow. Big up to you, Ian and Michael. Big up Ian and Michael for the follow, boys. Everyone who follows me on Insta is going to get a shout out. So yeah, that's my thing. I think they're gonna win the league back to back. The ones that can stop them is Manchester City. And fair enough. If Manchester City stop them, Manchester City stop them. This is the reality. You know? So, yeah. Bruno Guimaraes comes in. What's the positive of Bruno Guimaraes comes in? Bruno Guimaraes coming in means that you can rest Declan Rice. This is the key here. Resting Declan Rice. Meaning, I don't have to start Declan Rice in every single game, in every single competition. Now, if I'm playing Coventry City at home, I can play Bruno Guimaraes next to Luis Kelly, and I can win the game. The game after that, I can play Declan Rice next to Bruno Guimaraes, and I can win the game. Game after that, I can play Declan Rice next to Luis Kelly, and I can win the game. This is called depth. This is the plug-and-play system. Bruno G walks into the club, done. He's ready to cook already. He doesn't need time to get used to the league. He doesn't need time to get used to the Prem, to the language, to the stadiums, to the culture. He already knows the culture and the stadiums. He's a World Cup player. He's Brazil international. He's experienced. And this is with Zubimendi being forgotten, not just by me, by the Arsenal fans themselves. Big up to Curtis for the follow. Big up to Amr for the follow. Big up to you, Amr. And big up to Axe Colin for the follow. Big up to Kieran for the follow. Big up, Kieran. Big up to Kofi for the follow. The Ghanaians are in the building. Don't make me take out my Ghanaian shirt. Which day of the week you were born on, Kofi? So that's my thing. Josh and Fonzie tries to trigger me, but dubs in the chat for Edrin for saying we should buy Ferran Torres. Exactly. Cook that bum, Fonzie. Facts. Fonzie hasn't even been here in 4 days, and then he comes here and throws the ones like a fraud. You know, I like Ferran Torres. I think Ferran Torres is a good player. He's not amazing. He's just good. He's the Messi of Joao Felix's, you know. But stick around, Ed. We will come to Liverpool in a bit. Stick around. Rice injuries. Saka hamstring. Keep limping, Starboy at 30. Saliba out for 3 months. For 6 months. Raya 4'11" tall. Arteta 6 at the back. Let's see next year. Sand, Habibi. My brother. First of all, Saliba is not out for 6 months. Second of all, Raya last season was the best goalkeeper in the league. And he's not 4'11". Arteta doesn't play 6 at the back. He plays 5 at the back. Son. Edit your statements first. Saliba's out until November. Or October even, not even November. He's out for 2 months. And anyway, they have the best defensive depth in the league. Count with me, buddy. Count with me. Including Saliba. Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Ben White, Hincapie, Calafiori, Mosquera. That is 7 center backs that could all play at center back. 7 center backs that could all play in that position. That's the truth. That's the truth. And Arteta is a Premier League champion, so he's already got them over the line. So this notion that he can't get over the line has already been debunked, because guess what? He got them over the line anyway. So that's the reality of the situation. Now, let's move on, talk about Liverpool. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Let me see who else has followed me so I can give them a shout out as well. Ooh, we got 4 new followers. We're going to make it to the 1 million step by step. Big up to Ali Saleh for the follow. Big up to Ale. Big up to Evil Shake Style. Oh, what a name. Big up to Matt Douglin. And congratulations. Hey. Milkman Matt in the building. Let's go, Matt. Congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you. You got me. Congratulations. I know it's very stressful, this period of time. So big up to you. Congratulations. And big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on the Insta. And let's get to 200 likes, chat, immediately. Now, let's get to the Liverpool segment, because I want to talk about Liverpool. So, people, Liverpool Football Club. Have you guys seen how insistent Fabrizio is on this whole, like, Barcola to Liverpool thing? Why is he so insistent? I don't get it. He's so insistent on it as well. Let me go find. Sean, are you here, Sean? Oh, Sean's not here. He's busy. Anyway, let me get you the picture. Listen to this.
2 months ago, 3 months today, yesterday, last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Barcola is the top target of Liverpool. Liverpool love Barcola. I know many of you dubbed my information because maybe the information is not everywhere. And so many of you say, but it's impossible. But it's not going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be possible financially. But what I can tell you is that for sure, Liverpool remain super keen on Bradley Barcola.
There you are. See? Here you go. In the words of Fabrizio Romano. You know, if Hussam Romano said it, you would see certain weirdos tweet about me on Twitter, you know, and start saying, this Hussam guy thinks he's a 90K. He thinks he knows what he's talking about. They'll all say all this dumb shit, you know? But guess what? Bradley Barcola is that guy, buddy. Bradley Barcola is that guy. And of course, now, because he's linked to Liverpool, all you're going to see is Oh, he's not that good. His kick and run, based on technical ability, he's not that great. When I watch him, he misses too many chances. Habibi, you can't even name 3 players from Lens. That's the truth. That's the truth. That guy is not good enough. He can't perform. He's kick and run. So which winger you want, Habibi? Give me these options that are available worldwide. Oh, I don't want Barcola. You know who I want? Minte. Wow. Oh, I don't want Barcola. You know who I want? Jared Bowen. Wow. Oh, I don't want Barcola. You know who I want? Crescencio Somerville. Brother, Bradley Barcola is the best available winger in today's market. What can I do? Do you want me to invent you a market? Do you want me to invent 5, 6 wingers that we can talk about? And by the way, what Ed says in this super chat, I know he's only saying it to trigger Fonzie, but I wouldn't complain if we signed Ferran Torres. I like Ferran Torres. I think Ferran Torres is an option that can play on the right, that can play down the middle, that can play on the left. He is like a prototype that can play in all 3 positions. He's good technically. He's got the technical foundations to be a good player. He can play in the 10. Unfairly criticized. Rodri said it. Lamine Yamal said it. He's a good player. I don't mind Ferran Torres. I don't mind him. I don't mind him. How much to ban Fonzie? I told you 100 piece and I'll make Fonzie a regular moderator and you a managing mod. Very simple. Ferran Torres is a good player. He's not amazing, but he's not crap. He's just good. What happened to calling players nowadays good? Why does every player either have to be amazing or shit? What happened to good player? You know? What happened to just say good player? Liverpool Football Club should categorically, emphatically, systematically, 100%ically sign Bradley Barcola. Because there is no options. The options that are out there in the market are not good enough. Who I'm supposed to buy? Who I'm supposed to buy? Oh, Bradley Barcola doesn't want to play on the right. But who told you he's going to play on the right the whole game? Who? Maadi Habibi. He will play a little bit on the right. He will play a little bit on the left. He might even play a little bit down the middle. It's going to be a fluid system. I don't want Bradley Barcola. I want Ryan, who will also cost 100 million. And he's got 15 Premier League games under his belt. Out of the ones available on the market, he's the best one. Is he better than Yildiz? Yes. Is he better than Ryan? Yes. Is he better than all the wingers that are available? Yes. Who else is supposed to join them? Who? You look at the right wingers in the market and they suck. This is the reality. Olise, not available. Yamal, not available. All these players are not available. What am I supposed to do? Just sit there on my ass? We tried to sign Yandy Mande. He's good with both of his feet. He can play with left foot. He can play with right foot. Guess what? The guy doesn't want to join Liverpool. Cool. He doesn't want to join Liverpool. No problem. Vinny's not available. Allow it. He doesn't want to join Liverpool. Cool. What am I supposed to do? Rodrigo is injured. Me and you both know that Vinny Jr. is not for sale. Don't fall for this contract stuff. He will eventually stay at Real Madrid. That's the truth. And the thing is that I want to say to you guys is, look, we have to improve. the team overall. Because all these conversations, when I speak about Arsenal winning or Arsenal challenging, or when I speak about Chelsea being a problem, or when I speak about Man United cooking, fans get triggered. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that? طب ما حبيبي, that's the truth. The truth is they are cooking. The truth is they are cooking. The truth is they do know what they're doing. So now for us, we have to be able to cook and make this team better. How can I make this team better? By signing a player like this. Real McCoy is writing Pordo in the chat. He doesn't even know how to spell Pardo's name, but according to him, Pardo is better than Barcola, but he can't even spell his name. So how can I trust his opinion on a player he can't even spell his name? How? See? Carlos Forbes. See? He wants the Wolves player. That's the problem. Every time you ask someone who doesn't want Barcola, who would they take? They name someone that is objectively worse. It's not like they name someone in the same caliber. It's not like they name someone that's in the same level. They name someone that by every single metric, he's worse than him. Bradley Barcola has beaten Desiree Doué in the last 2 seasons for GA in the French league, playing under the same manager with the same conditions and the same opponents. If I tell anyone we're signing Desiree Doué, everyone get up in arms. Oh, Desiree Doué coming to Liverpool. Everyone get excited. But because it's Bradley Barcola and the whole planet has overhated him to the level where they've convinced you that he's not good, everyone believes it, like, oh no, Bradley Barcola. He's a very good player. He's the best available winger in the market. Not every winger is available. That's the problem. That's the problem. So for me, I like Bradley Barcola and I hope we sign him. And the other thing I want to tell you guys is Fabrizio Romano is insistent. He's insisting that Bradley Barcola will join Liverpool. He's insisting on it. Because he hasn't just said it once. He's said this Barcola stuff probably 100 times. He's completely insisting on it. This is not the first time. I think he said it about 5 or 6 different times. And once again, just like what we said with Xabi Alonso, we keep the same energy. Bradley Barcola walks into the English Premier League and automatically is the second best winger in the league at worst. Worst case scenario, he's the second best winger in the league. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Second best winger in the league. Worst case scenario. Like the only one that you have to give respect to because he's done it in the league already is probably what's his name? Bukayo Saka. But outside that, khalas. This is the reality. So this notion that you know, Barcola is not good, and we need this, and we need that, and yada 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 yada. There is no options. And by the way, as things stand, Arsenal are not in for Bradley Barcola. Because the same way Fabrizio's insistent that we want him, he's also insistent that Arsenal don't want him. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm sure all of you have seen it, as a matter of fact. Every single one of you guys have seen it. Where he comes out and says, Arsenal, no. Liverpool, yes. Big up to you, views. Thank you for the raid. He's come out and said it multiple times. Arsenal, no. Liverpool, yes. How many times he said this? 100 different times he said this. 100 times he said this. This is the reality. Which is exactly why I think we should just get in for him. And yes, but that's my point, Andre. Because they aren't in for him now, before they become in for him and make our life complicated, why don't we just go sign him now? Honestly. Why don't we just go sign him now? Why? Before we make matters worse for ourselves and before we make the situation worse, why don't we just go sign him now and that's it? Let me share screen with you guys. Let's do comparison matrix. 1 second. I want to do this. Here you go. Let's add Bradley Barcola. I will take it from there. This is the 25-26 season. Okay. Now, let's use stuff that's relevant. Shot accuracy. Goals. No one cares. Conversion rate. Fair enough. Passing. Attempted. No one cares. Let's go passing accuracy. Let's go crossing accuracy. Through balls is nice. Layoffs is important. What else? Well, there's one here. Take on success percentage. What else? Okay, who should we compare him to? Let's go. Desiree Dewey. Give me names, chat. Biscuits, you didn't tell me who wants the link. Give me names, chat. Who do you want to compare him to?
He beats him in every single statistic. It's actually hilarious.
Anyway. Who do you want to compare him to? Stop spamming Saka, I said, from available wingers. Relax. Who do you want to compare him to? Diomande? How do you add a player? You make it smaller. Diomande. Why is this Squawka thing so slow? It used to be so much quicker, man. Here you go. But is stats available even for the Bundesliga? Who else should we go? Who's available? See, it doesn't even load. Oh, it's lagging. Oh my god. Let's just put in whoever. Let me try here, put Diomande. See if it works. As the fourth player instead. Beans on toast, you didn't tell me. Anyway, guys, I don't know why it's not working anyway. But here you go. Bradley Barcola, Desiree Doué. One guy, everyone's like, yeah, I take him, he's amazing. Bradley Barcola, more goals, more conversion rate, higher shooting accuracy by almost 15%. The passing accuracy is only less by 2%. The crossing accuracy is only less by 2%. He's got more through balls, 2 less layoffs. And even his take on success is literally only like 3% more. Let's try saying Yan. Hopefully it loads this time. Man said Quinones. Fine shame, brother. But why is it not loading, man? Why is it not loading? I write Diomande and it shows me Florian Wirtz. See? Doesn't even show the player. Anyway, khalas, we'll do this comparison matrix some other time because this whole thing is lagging. But anyway, the point is, I did refresh it and I did try different names. The point is, I just compared him to Desiree Doué and he beats Desiree Doué in every single statistical category. And the ones that Doué beats him in, he beats him by like 1%, 2%. 40% take on success. He's got very good crossing accuracy. So many things statistically that he brings to the table as well. Barcola is an excellent winger. We need to go in for him. For the ones that don't know, Rosie is an Arsenal fan. And the fact that Rosie wants Bradley Barcola shows you all you need to know. Now that Morgan Rogers has joined Chelsea, Arsenal Football Club are trying to search for their solution. They're trying to find that solution. And their solution is who? Bradley Barcola. But they can't get the solution. That's the truth. That's the truth. Jose Mourinho was wrong when he sold Kevin De Bruyne and Salah. Because if Jose Mourinho kept Salah and Kevin De Bruyne, they would have went on to win Chelsea countless league titles. Thanks for your attempt, Leon. Jurgen Klopp was wrong when he signed Darwin Núñez. That's another example. You want more examples of managers being wrong? Big up. Big up to Mr. Perfecto who says, I think Boadi is a better version of an 18-year-old Rice. Boadi is excellent off-the-ball player and great ball carrier but lacks passing range. I actually think he's good on the ball. I don't think he's comparable to Rice. And if you're going to sign Boadi and play him with Elliot Anderson, that's kind of like England because it makes no sense. That's kind of like England because it makes no sense. You know, that's the thing. So I think if City do sign Ayoub Boadi, then it's probably good in terms of like depth and stuff like this. But I think Boadi is a defensive presence. And I think he's good on the ball. If it depends what you see in him. I think he's a Gravenberg that can pass, basically. So, yeah. But are you worried about Rodri leaving your club? Because it keeps getting rumored every day that Rodri will leave. So, you know, he might suddenly just dip. Keep that in mind. The guy might just dip, literally. That's the thing. That's the thing. No, I don't think it's comparable to Rice at all, Boadi. He's better on the ball, in my opinion. I don't even think it's similar, respectfully. I don't even think it's similar, respectfully. That's the thing. I don't think it's even similar, respectfully. But for me, I would take Bradley Barcola. I like him. I'm probably the biggest fan of Barcola on the internet, maybe. But anyway, guys, this was my stream. I'm going to probably upload the video on Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal later or Bradley Barcola to Liverpool. One depends on if Fabrizio goes strong or not. I haven't decided yet. It depends on the news. Anyway, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Please, every single one of you, please like and subscribe now. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Let me see if anyone followed me on Instagram so I can shout them out. Okay, no more shout outs to do. Anyway, love you all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, watch out for my pre-recorded later. Peace out, people.